Greetings, everybody. I am here to record a short video on the progress of the closed beta, which has been going on starting since last Sunday. And the timeline for this is it's going to run through the end of the week, and then the players are going to fill out a survey and so on. So I'll probably follow this up with a video with sort of final beta progress. But I hadn't recorded in a bit because I've been working, pretty late hours. We have people all around the world testing, and so I'm doing some tech support at 3 a.m. and some people from my time zone don't go to bed on time. You know who you are. But that is kind of par for the course. So I've been on a weird sleep schedule, but it's working out great, and people are having fun, or so they tell me. So we'll see how the survey goes. But the numbers bear out. So I thought what I'd do is share a little bit of what I've learned from the beta, some of the interesting statistics from the beta, some of the changes that have been made, kind of like progress because of the beta. So we'll do that for kind of a quick video, and then I'll follow up with the wrap later, and I'll probably share some of the survey feedback and stuff after that comes in. But pretty happy with it so far. The big thing I was curious about is, will we have any major technical limitations or big issues that prevent people from playing? And there are a few things here and there, but they're pretty minor. We haven't had anything game-breaking, so everybody who's wanted to has been able to play. There are some lag issues with somebody playing in Manila, which awesome. There's somebody playing in Manila. But the dev server is, tunneling through my ISP. It's running on my desktop. So the fact that it even turns on, let alone plays at all, is sort of a miracle. But that was great to test. Obviously, the production version will be probably cloud hosted and have, a lot more accessibility and lower ping globally. But I was impressed to see under the conditions that it's running in that, that it is even remotely playable with the ping as high as we tested it was to Manila. So that was pretty cool. So on to closed beta stats. I capped sign up at 20 players, so we hit the 20 player cap. There are a couple people that get in here and there that are doing specific things for me. But basically it's a 20 player cap. So we have just over 20 players right now playing. I actually updated the webpage, took down the closed beta sign up info, and just replaced with a sign up for more info type thing, and stopped promoting entry into the closed beta. The highest player level, so that's the way the game works is you have your team of explorers and you have the player, which represents you, and they both level up independently. So your overall progress through the game is your player level, while your explorers, they sort of level up. Sometimes they die off, they level up again. So they're a little more volatile. In the closed beta, the player level is soft capped at a lower level than the explorers, which can get to kind of a higher level. And that's mostly due to the quest system is fully operational, but the actual design of the whole quest arc for the game is not that far along. So the highest player level currently is 4 out of a maximum technically possible of 10 right now, based on the content design. The highest explorer level for living explorers is 6. There are a couple living level 6 explorers. The highest explorer level, no longer with us, is Kate McGonigal at a cool level 8. So rip Kate McGonigal. There have been 133 portal cubes generated so far, 486 weapons generated, 444 frames generated, 2,688 crafting materials generated. I don't know exactly how many have been used of those generated. A lot of them have probably been vendored for extra currency. And so pretty good numbers in terms of, all the items being tested and the range of items and the monsters and so on. In terms of my sort of feedback along the way and my observations from looking at the stats and the numbers and supporting people as they play, the difficulty level is a bit high starting out of the gate. I was a bit off on some of my scaling numbers. So during the beta, I made a couple balance changes. Over the past weekend, I lowered the recharge cost, which is to refill your frames and power cells, basically your flasks. So that cost is down so that people can accumulate more currency. I made some changes to equip requirements to make strength builds less mandatory. So you could get to a point where with a non-strength build where your weapons were fantastic, but you had trouble equipping frames. And that was just a logical oversight on my part, thinking about how these things would pan out. So strength builds are less mandatory, and I've also very recently increased the capacity of power cells to boost particularly early survivability of explorers a bit. So yeah, a couple balance changes to make the game a little bit more less lethal for the explorers in the early stage, really, and that'll be something to look at and smooth out over time. And then based on feedback from testers, I've made a number of usability improvements and some other modifications, adding color-specific damage text based on the damage type and other things. Some of these things were already on the list, and some of them were things that the testers came up with that were fantastic, and so I went ahead and put them into the game. So we've been doing kind of live improvements, pushing out new builds. We did sort of one mandatory build, and then I did another build which has no compatibility changes with the server. It's pure client-side improvements that was optional for testers to add in if they wanted the extra features there, but none of them impacted balance or compatibility. So we've been doing some improvements along the way, adding things into the game, and people are still grinding away. So really happy with the progress so far, happy with the turnout, with the involvement. The people that are playing pretty consistently, getting excited, getting upset when bad things happen, which is a good sign as well, and communicating a lot with me. So thanks for all of your support so far. If you have any questions about the beta or the game not covered in early videos or whatever, feel free to hit me up on YouTube. You can comment on the video. You can find me on Facebook, Crane Mountain Gaming, Twitter, Crane MT Gaming, or a variety of other locations, or just go to cranemountaingaming.com. Contact me through the website. I'll be happy to answer your questions. But so far, everything's green light. All right, thanks for your support. Have a great week. Bye.